Welcome back to another project that I'm casting on without finishing 80% of my other things, but that's okay. Today I am going to be casting on and going through the Boomlet poncho. This is by Milote, I'm so sorry, patterns. I actually saw one of my mutuals on TikTok. Oh my God, she knit this in yellow. Also, I will make sure to put a picture of the pattern. Her name is Kelsey Lou Loops on TikTok. She's just one of my mutuals on there, and I saw her wearing it in yellow. She was doing like a finished object Friday, and I was like, I think I literally commented underneath like, oh, I'm buying this pattern right now. Like immediate purchase. And I swear to God, I literally went and found the pattern. I bought it within not even 5 minutes of seeing her finished object Friday. I was just like, oh my God, like I definitely need something for this summer, and I've been wanting to make a poncho. I do have like a crochet poncho that I was working on, actually with the same yarn, not the same color, but the same type of yarn that can match this project, which is the Drops Bell yarn. And I originally had gotten the Drops Bell to make the Sabai top. Didn't end up doing that. I think I made the number 7 something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Go back in my videos. So I used a lot of that yarn to make like a crochet poncho, and I never finished it. It did feel a little, I don't want to say, I know sometimes crochet gets a bad rep for being bulky or whatever, but it did feel a little too bulky. It was using kind of like a granny square stitch, like 3 double crochets in each kind of like hole. So it just, I don't know, it kind of felt a little bulky over time, even though I was using a cotton yarn. So I kind of put it away. I haven't touched it since, but I saw this, and now that I've learned to knit since I had started that crochet poncho pattern, I figured I had to knit one. So I'm very excited. So I did go ahead and order the yarn. The yarn came in today, and I've already game swatched, and I have already cast on. Oops, my bad. Okay, so first I have to show you guys this. Oh, it's backwards. I don't have my little thingy. I'm sorry. Dang it. Okay, well, just trust me that this reads North Texas Yarn Crawl 2026, and it has all the North Texas knitteries on it, yarn stores, and a cute little boot with yarn. Are you kidding me? I didn't get to go really. I went like a part of a weekend, but I ordered this online as soon as it came out. I saw it in my local yarn shop. They had it online, and I immediately ordered it and went and picked it up, and that's when I was there. This is so cute. I love it. And now that I've gotten into knitting, I'm just yapping at this point, by the way. I'm headed to dinner with my best friend Avery, but I got ready a little early, so yapping for the camera. Anyways, now that I've gotten into knitting, something about a tote bag, something about a little canvas tote bag as a project bag, I need all of them. Like, actually, genuinely, it's a problem. Okay, so first, I kind of want to talk through, I was going to use some yarn that I already had. So this is the I Love This Cotton from the Hobby Lobby. Like, this is the Hobby Lobby brand. I really do, when I was crocheting and things like that, which I still crochet, but not as much anymore. This is one of my absolute favorite cotton yarns. It is so insanely soft. I find that cotton can be like, a lot of them can be very rough, but this one is just so soft and buttery. I no longer do my best to not shop at Hobby Lobby. I just don't support them. I did grow up in a very religious household, and so I just now, I try not to support them. That's just my own thing. If you want to, I don't care. It does affordable yarn. It's quality yarn, so I get it. I own a lot of it still. So I was going to use this. This is in the color Pewter. It's just like a nice deep gray, and I had 6 balls of this, but this is 100 grams to skein. Or do you call this a skein, or do you call this a, what's the other word for it? Moving on. So I did go ahead and I gotta sneeze. It went away. Okay. I did go ahead and swatch. This doesn't look the best because I was still kind of getting used to doing yarn overs. I've never done a pattern with eyelets before. But this is how my swatch came out. And I do like it, okay? Don't get me wrong. But it felt like around the eyelets because even though this met gauge, it is definitely, because it's softer, it is a bit somehow like just slightly thicker than what I knew the Drops Belle would be. And so it kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe my eyelets wouldn't be as defined as I want. They would just be a little thicker. I don't know, maybe like let me know in the comments if you actually like this and maybe I can make a second one instead using this. But I decided to go ahead and order, I think she uses Sans Garn. Let me see, I have the pattern right here. Yeah, line from Sans, is it Sans Yarn? Sans Garn? But the alternative was Belle from Drops. So I'd already worked with it before and I didn't mind it. It's definitely, again, not as soft as that cotton. But I did find a super pretty, I did find a super pretty like purpley gray. It's kind of like a gray with like a slight purple running through it. And so I went ahead and swatched it today. Now I did mess up on this one right here, so don't look at it. But I don't know if you can tell, you can just see like it feels less bulky around, like it just in general, I think feels a little less bulky in my opinion. It's like nice. It's a little bit more airy. I do think because the other cotton is so soft that sometimes it's not as airy as you want a cotton to be. Like you're probably using cotton as like more of a summer yarn. And so I know sometimes because that one is soft and just like a tiny bit thicker, even though it met gauge, it did. Let me make sure I'm not running out of time. Okay, no, I'm good. Even though it met like gauge and stuff, I just felt like this would be a better option. It's a much lighter, airier option in my opinion. So here is my swatch. I'm still learning how to do the eyelets, but that's okay. These two look really great. I didn't full on steam block this. I did steam block the other one, but because I know it's a recommended yarn, I'm not gonna go too hard on the swatch. That may just be me and I will eat my words because I feel like I tend to have sizing problems, but YOLO, if you can say that. So I've already cast on and I've already done one row of the eyelets. So this one looks pretty good. Yeah, they're not all perfect. I probably need to do a couple more rows to actually get it to like even out. So this is like me just finishing doing it, so they're not gonna look as beautiful and even. But yeah, so I've already done one set of them. I am gonna make the large size. I think that's gonna be like the best option for me. I was looking at the extra large, which is what I was gonna originally do. I did get 7 balls of this yarn, which they're 50 grams each. So that's 350, and I think the extra large called for 250. I got 2 extra balls just in case, but now I don't even think I'll even use 5 of those. Maybe I'll use 4. Math's hard. I don't know, we'll see. So this is really fun to play around with, like, and I think this gray color will kind of suit me because it has a little bit of like a purple to it. And I think this is kind of within my palette. I'm not sure. You tell me. You tell me. I do have a huge ring light behind me that's making me look a lot nicer than I am in real life. So I don't know. But I'm going to work on this a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to go to dinner with my friend Avery. And then today is kind of my Friday. We're going to the Renaissance Fair on Saturday, so I won't be knitting then. But I do also have my husband's second sock that I'm working on that I really need to finish for him soon. That also may take some of my knitting time. So we'll see kind of how like far I get on this. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I haven't been like this, like I have to cast this on right now. about a project, and I know it's just a poncho, but it's like, it's trying a new technique, which is eyelets. I've never done that before. And it's in a breezy cotton, and I feel like it's springtime in Texas and it's hot. It's not right now, obviously I'm wearing a cardigan. We got a cold front because of the storms, but it gets pretty hot in Texas, and I don't like showing my arms. I do struggle with a condition called lipedema, and so I do have quite a bit of fat in my arms and legs that I just don't like to show off personally. So like I still wear jeans in the summer. I'm either in jeans or I'm in leggings. I never wear shorts unless it's around the house. And then same, like I don't just ever wear like a tank top. It needs to be like a longer short sleeve. Anyways, oh my God, I've been rambling for 10 minutes. Anyways, so seeing something like this, like a poncho where I can still feel covered up, but not be in a full-on sweater and, you know, be super, super hot during the summer is something that really intrigued me. I've been seeing everybody make their summer knits, and so this kind of feels like my summer knit, and I like that. So we'll see where I go, but that's where we are so far, and hopefully we'll get this done pretty quickly. I say that every time. It's never quick. It's gonna be like 7 grandma. It's let's just like turn around. Yeah. Say hi. Okay, I have you propped up on a lamp, so excuse this that you can see. It's been a week, question mark, and I have made some progress. This is where I'm at. I did get like, I think 2 pattern repeats in, so like to here, and ended up having to frog it and start over because an entire row was off and I hadn't noticed it. And you know, just like all the yarn overs, it's hard to do like a to pick it up, I guess, again, instead of having to rip back. Or I guess it's kind of hard to rip back as well and like keep your count. So this is where I am. There are, I will admit, like 1 or 2 that are off, but I just decided to leave it because I have restarted this way too many times. And I will say, like, you really have to pay attention when you're doing this because you're having to constantly count to make sure that you're staying on the right path. It may not be that hard for other people, but for me, it's been a little difficult. It's been definitely like a learning experience. This is my first time doing yarn overs or anything like that, so I'm getting used to it. I'm learning. It's fine. But here is where we are. It's looking real cute. I'm very excited. So I know like it probably won't sit this way, but right? Okay, so I just started my second ball of yarn. I think I got like 7 question mark, but I think I only need 5. So if that tells me anything, it means I'm about 1/5 of the way into this project. I have been working on and off on my husband's second sock, which I really need to finish. I don't want to. I just haven't been excited to knit it. And then I'm also working on a sweater that I haven't really shown for my mom. It's on like 4mm needles, I think, and it's taking me forever. I'm still in the shoulder increases, and I think I still have like 10 sets, so like at least 20 to 25 rows I think still left. And it, like, to do a set of an increase and then just a regular knitting row takes me like easily 30-ish minutes because it's on such a small gauge and there's a lot of stitches, right? Like I'm increasing, I think like I'll have like 400 stitches on my needle once I complete all of the increases, and so it's just like a time investment. It is nice because I can do it when I don't have to think really about what I'm doing, but after I get like the, you know, the increase and the regular row done, because I count that as like, you're supposed to do like that as a set, one set of the rows. Does that make sense? Anyways, by the time I get done with one of them, I'm like, oh, God, I don't really want to do this anymore. But that's just me getting bored. So anyways, this is keeping it interesting, but it is a little bit more difficult than what I'm used to. And I think it's just me having to like really pay attention and count. And I think it's going to come out really, really cute. I'm very excited for this. And this cotton is just like so nice. It is Mother's Day this weekend, so both my husband and both my husband's parents and my parents are coming up, and we're gonna go to the yarn store. They also have like a quilting section, and my husband's mother is super into quilting and sewing and stuff, and my mom also in the past has crocheted, and then she's also getting back into like sewing and quilting. She used to make her own clothes and things growing up, and so I'm excited that we get to take them out for Mother's Day. We're gonna get some lunch out there, and we're going to my favorite local yarn shops, which I have a bag for right here. I did purchase some stuff. I guess let me do like, okay, sorry that you're like having to see this the whole time, but impromptu haul, even though I'll probably end up getting more things this Sunday while we're there. I got I got another Cascades 220 Superwash. This is in the shade, it's just in the color 85, but it's like a really pretty like red. It's like a deeper kind of red. I first of all love 220 Superwash from Cascade Yarns. It's probably one of my favorite yarns that I've worked with. I have a number of balls, actually, like right here I have another one in a yellow, and I made most of my Christmas knits. I did like a whole bunch of beanies out of this yarn. It's like perfect for it. And so I saw this color, and I think I'm gonna make myself a beanie, but I probably won't get to that until when it starts getting colder again. It's just now like kind of spring in Texas, and then we'll get really hot and it'll be summer for a while. So this is kind of just like a impulse. And then since I've been working on my husband's socks, even though I've been complaining about having to finish the second one, I got myself some yarn sock yarn. This is the same brand that I bought his in. This is the Swanky Sock by Magpie Fibers. This is in, they put it all together for me. This is in the shade Voices Carry. And it's just like a really beautiful, let me see if I can like get up here. It's in like a really pretty blue color. Can you focus? Question mark? Focus? Question mark? Okay. Well, it's like a baby blue with like a little bit of brown running through it. It's so pretty and it's so soft. I really love this yarn. So I think I'm gonna make myself a pair of socks out of this. But obviously I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse because I haven't even finished my other pair of socks or the 3 other projects that I have going on. Oopsie, my bad. So anyways, that is what is going on. I'm going to get back to knitting. Thanks. checking in. We just started our, I just started my third ball of yarn. And this is how we're looking. I think I finally got the hang of it. I'm pretty happy. I don't really need to look at the chart or anything anymore. Like, I totally get it. And it's going well, going pretty smoothly, just working up like slow and steady. It like doesn't take as long as it did initially. So I am probably almost about halfway through, hopefully. So I think I will probably use maybe 5 balls of yarn on this, 4 if I'm lucky, considering this is my third. So yeah, just gonna keep working on it. It's going by pretty quickly, which is nice, and it's so like light and drapey, and I haven't even you know, like steam blocked it yet, so that's very exciting. I think this is gonna look so cute this summer, and I think it's a good color for me, question mark. I don't know. I can never figure out those like color analysis videos, but we're just gonna say yes. It has been a hot minute since I have really given an update about anything. This project is definitely taking me a lot longer than I thought it would, but that's mostly just because honestly I've been spending every weekend playing Stardew. I'm back on my Stardew BS. It is what it is. So, and also sometimes like, because you have to count for this pattern, when I'm watching things like Love Island, which is back on, I'll talk about that in a moment, I lose count pretty easily. Like I can't multitask like that, and the count really matters. So it's not something I can do mindlessly. But here we are. It looks huge, but it'll be like, let me see if I can kind of like give like a quick little vibe of what this will look like. Yeah. Okay, so it'll be kind of like this, right? So I still need some length on this side here. I have measured it, and it is about, I want to say it was like 90 centimeters, and they recommend it in the pattern to steam block it at about 100 centimeters and then continue on from there. I think the total length is supposed to be 116 centimeters. I think I've decided that I am basically just going to use up this remaining yarn. So I'm just gonna go for as many of the pattern sets as I can do while leaving just enough yarn to do the sewing up at the end. So I'm not like too worried about measuring it to that length. Like I think once I finish the ball of yarn, it should be over the length that it says it's going to be, if that makes any sense. Now I will say on the pattern, I think that it says for the large that it will be like 200 grams of this yarn. By the way, I am using one of the recommended yarns. This is actually my 6th ball of this yarn, which means that we're actually at let me do the math here, hold on. 50 times 6 is 300, right? So mine is longer. And I don't know if that's me. I don't know if that is because I haven't blocked it. So it could just be like a me thing, or maybe my math is just off. So if I am, let me know below, but it doesn't really matter because I'm doing it anyways. So anyways, everything's looking really great. I did have, like, kind of close to the beginning, I had a few little mess ups where like one thing got just kind of slightly off. But honestly, when I'm looking at it as a whole right now, I can't even tell you where those are. Like, I can't. I did end up having to, I did like rip back probably around here or so. I was trying to watch TV and do it at the same time and got just so completely off with the counting, and then got way too far, and so I ripped back a couple rows and restarted that. I actually really like this pattern. I don't think she's gonna watch this. She's a very busy lady. But I think I'm gonna make one of these for my best friend. Her birthday is July 4th. So I think I want to make her one. I already got the yarn. It's already in, and I'll make a separate video about that. I'm going to try to do like a 24-hour, like I want to see how much of it I can knit in 24 hours. Cause I do think realistically, I could have gotten this done a lot faster. I've definitely been taking my time. Knitting is a slow craft, and that's okay. It's totally okay. You know, but I do want to wear this soon. It is summer. It's June, so like let's get with the program. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this, but I am almost done. I basically just have this ball of yarn. I think realistically this could get me 2 to 3 more of the pattern repeats, which would be like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's like 16-ish rows for each pattern repeat. Again, if you've done this pattern, I may just be talking out of my butt. I'm doing this off the top of my head without like really thinking, so I could be slightly off, but about 16 rows. So what is that? So 32, 48. So possibly 48 more rows. So I think that could really do some damage on this. I love the color, by the way. My hair is so overgrown. I waited too long to get it re-dyed. I had to reschedule one of my appointments. So I have terrible roots and my bangs are way too long. I didn't have to point that out, so don't look at it. But I do think this like gray looks really good with the dark hair and with my eyes, and it's just like it has like a slight red to it. Anyways, I also, real quick, I know I've been talking for like 6 minutes, I'll probably cut some of this out. Love Island is back, baby. We're so back, okay? I have been, and I just need to like get this out right now, a couple of my opinions. Bryce is growing on me. I didn't really like him at first. He definitely does look like an off-brand of Matthew Gray Goobler, but he's growing on me. We're in episode, I think tonight's episode 7, so he's like, okay, we'll see for now. We'll see how that goes. I think Melanie's doing way too much. I think the new male bombshell, what's his name? Colton or something? I don't know, the white guy. He looks like every other dude. Straight up, I could walk around Texas, Tennessee, North South Carolina, Georgia, whatever, dime a dozen, babe. He looks like every other bitch. Like, for real, that man, whatever. Maybe I'm just being too judgy. Soul? Girl. Body is tea, okay? Her body, her face card. Holy cow, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. She came in and I was flabbergasted. I'm very interested to see where that goes and who she couples up with. I saw in the preview that she was talking to Gabriel.
Please, honey, please don't go for him. Please don't go for him. Not him. When he first came in, and this could be like genuinely, I'm trying to say this respectfully, it could possibly just be like a cultural thing. He made me a bit uncomfortable. He just seemed very intense. And I'm saying all of this while looking like this right now. So like take my opinions with a grain of salt. I just like, he was just very intense in a way that made me uncomfortable. But whatever. That's just me. I don't know. Anyways, so excited for Love Island. I'm finally talked my husband into watching it with me. So, okay, to back up. I had graduated college in 2020 and I stayed with my sister in her guest room for about 6 months, just as a way to like save up some money, and to basically just transition into, I was a server, like a waitress for pretty much since I was like 15, or I've worked in a restaurant since I was 15. And I was a waitress all through college and stuff. Anyways, I was transitioning to an actual like office job and stuff. And then COVID happened and all of that. So anyways, stayed with her for about 6 months. And it was during COVID, so there wasn't really anything to do. And they had already watched a lot of it, but we all rewatched the UK Love Island from season 1. So I watched all the seasons of the UK Love Island. And at that time, I want to say, don't quote me on this, but I want to say that Love Island US wasn't really a thing. And I do remember watching, I want to say the first season of it, but I kind of fell off of the US. And then of course, season 6 came back, right? We had, Serena, Janae, Leah, like great season. And so now I'm like back on it. So I've been watching it for the past couple seasons. But my husband and I met in 2020, and so he was never really big into Love Island, but now he will sit on the couch and like do his own thing while I'm watching Love Island. But just enough because he has some of the funniest opinions literally ever. And of course, my sister and brother-in-law and everything, we see them often and they watch it, so he wants to be a part of it. It's just so funny. But I'm so glad I finally got him to watch it. And yeah, I don't know. It's great. I love Love Island season. It's like the best 6 weeks ever. I'm pretty sure it's 6 weeks, right? Whatever. I'm asking someone who's not good. You're not talking back to me right now, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna keep working on this. I am almost done though. It's so beautiful. Like, this is gonna be such a cute poncho. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna keep working and hopefully the next update that I have for you is me being done. We're gonna get this done soon because I have to start working on my best friend's one, because I have about a month. Yikes. As you will have seen, I finished the poncho. It was so cute. I think I may end up closing this up a little bit more. I think it kind of like hung off one shoulder a little bit more than I wanted it to, but I did not do the recommended closure. I ended up doing just a single crochet. I turned it like wrong side and did a single crochet. So then on the right side, it looks kind of just like this. And it was a cute little detail. That was kind of just me being lazy because I'm really bad at doing any of those like no-show seams. I don't know why. I'm just bad at it. So I thought I would do just a little crochet seam, which is just easier for me. But I got lots of compliments on this and I think it's so cute. I am about to start another one for my bestie for her birthday. I gotta get that done quickly, but I'm so glad this is done. This was such a fun pattern. Again, it was my first time trying a lot of things actually. Eyelet stitches, reading a chart, just those two, I guess. Anyways, if you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll have my Instagram and my TikTok linked down below if you'd like to follow me over on those platforms as well. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And you'll hear from me soon. Bye.